Hi everyone, it's Mike from Beyond the Brick. We are at BrickCon 2019. I am here with
Daniel Prolesnik.
and Daniel built this awesome Geonosis battle behind me. Dude, how long did it take you?
In total, it took 1 year and 10 months.
And are you alone on this project, or is that?
I got 2 other people who helped contribute. One is Mark Puentes. He's my best friend who helped me with this tedious building. There's lots of repetitive stuff. And there's also a guy named Caleb Smith on Flickr. He's the guy who actually designed the ATTs.
You know I have to ask this question. How many pieces?
Okay. I can say in little sections. The ATTs are 1,400 pieces each. The Union ship is 14,000 and about 600.
How many minifigures?
Again, in sections, the clones, I have about 202 clone troopers. There is 119 blue super battle droids. And there is about 197 of the sand red battle droids.
Awesome. And I'm guessing the inspiration might have been the movies, the original, the prequel trilogy of Clone Wars. Is there anything else that inspired you to do Geonosis?
Yes, there's actually a few. One of them is actually a German creator. I saw his build on Eurobricks, and he actually did part of the Union ship. And this lower section of it, I re-engineered and I modified it to my own likings. And so his mock was one of my inspirations. And there was also the original Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2, original Lego game, all that stuff. Yeah.
Sweet. So I'm just waiting eagerly to get the smoke, like a closer look. So we're gonna give the microphone to you, and we're gonna do a tour of the entire battle.
I'm gonna start on over on the Republic side. I have 2 of the original 2002 gunships. Fun fact, one of the things that had me start this whole project was this specific gunship. I got it sealed in a box not too long ago, and it was the first thing that started this whole project. I also have the whole battlefield of clone troopers. I have a few custom ones, some with decals and others that were made by David Hull, Minifigs for You. He makes some of the amazing custom minifigures, and I just had to include some of them in here. The Galactic Marines was kind of a shout out to the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game. Loved it when I was growing up. The ATTs here are made by Caleb Smith from Flickr. He is an amazing designer, and I saw his designs and I was like, hey, can I use this and just reskin it a bit? And we got these 2 built for this project. And that was kind of the thing with that as well. There's also a lot of other things, like I have Emmett and Wildstyle over here on a speeder. That speeder is from the original ATTE set in the earlier 2000s. Small little shout out. And of course, Delta Squad, because if anyone has ever played the Republic Commando game, you know that you got to have Delta Squad on Geonosis. So I also have a whole bunch of different Jedi charging in with their squads of custom figs and other clone troopers ready to battle at the droids. Over closer to the droid side, I have many blue battle droids and other sand red battle droids. They're all lined up, firing back. Lots of those, and the blue battle droid is actually one of my favorite minifigures ever from Star Wars, and I love collecting them, so I've been collecting them for these past 1 year and 10 months for this project. One of the things that I've had before I started this project was that Geonosius turret. I had that set back when I was a kid with the fighter, and that was kind of when I was a kid and I always wanted to create Geonosis. That was another one of the things that kind of helped spark a fire in my heart for this. I also got 2 Hailfire droids. One of them was the model from when I was a kid. The other one was just an extra add-on. They are not sadly minifig scale, but they're pretty close just because of the size of the wheels. It's hard to find a minifig scaled Hailfire droid. And then closer to the very back corner, I have the Techno Union ship, specifically the Hard Cell Class 2. And it is a monster with 14,000 bricks in short. And it took the longest time. The Union ship alone took 1 month of building. Specifically, it was 76 hours I put into it. The hardest part was actually incorporating a Hailfire droid wheel in between the ring and the egg portion of the ship. It took probably a few hours trying to figure out how to do it, but with some gears, I made it work. Yeah, it was quite a thing. It was 35 inches tall currently, and there's also a mini kit just underneath, just for a shout out to the Lego Star Wars game as well. A little bit more off the fighters. For the stands, that was kind of the hardest thing. They are basically like a ticking time bomb, because they are not very sturdy if you want to replicate that. I would not really recommend it. The fighters themselves I found to be the most nostalgic for my childhood, and so I had to incorporate them. I did not want to do any mock of them or anything. But for the gunships, I did do the very classic 1x6x5 clear translucent panels, and those are very structurally stable for bigger ships as well.
Thank you so much for the amazing tour. Appreciate it. Is there any place we can find you to follow your Lego endeavors?
Yes, 90s Lego Guy on Flickr and Caleb Smith on Flickr as well. We are the two main designers for this whole thing.
Is there any other build you have in mind right now after Geonosis?
Yes, so Geonosis is not done. There's going to be 2 more stages. It's going to be probably a 4-year endeavor. But I'm also working on an original Kashyyyk, and I'm probably also going to do a Kamino as well.
Awesome. I hope to see them in the next BrickCon. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on the next video on Beyond the Brick.